Okay, so good afternoon to everyone. In the past couple of minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, we have discussed about the concept of virtual ground. Okay, you've seen the concept of virtual ground. I've already explained it in last session as well. So, what is the takeaway from this concept of virtual ground is you have to keep in mind this particular statement. That the simple meaning of virtual ground is nothing but a potential at inverting terminal and the potential of non-inverting terminal will be always same. If any one of these two terminals is grounded, then second terminal will also have a ground potential. This statement you should remember. This is very important concept. Okay. Now there is another concept which is called as a negative feedback amplifier using op-amp. So until at this particular point, we have discussed about the open loop configuration of op-amp. What do you mean by open loop? Open loop is nothing but there was no connection between output and input. Okay. But what happens? Open loop gain of amplifier, we know that it is very high, that is 10 raised to power 5, or in some cases it will be more than 10 raised to 5 also. So what happens due to this high gain? That this high gain is practically of no use. Okay, because it is making your amplifier unstable, and it is also making your amplifier very hard to control. So analogy can be given as like this. Suppose there are two bicycles. One bike is having the speed of let's say 1,000 kilometer per hour, maximum speed, 1,000 kilometer per hour, and another one is our normal bike which is having maximum speed of let's say 120, 140 kilometer per hour. So even though that particular bike has a maximum speed of 1,000 kilometer per hour, right? That means what? If you ride that particular bicycle, you can reach to Mumbai within a 2 to 3 hours. Okay, but will it be controllable at that maximum speed? It will be very hard to control that particular bicycle. The same concept can be used here, that the gain of open loop amplifier op amp, gain of op amp is very large. But what is the disadvantages came along with it? That it becomes very unstable and it is becoming very hard to control. You cannot control that particular op amp with such large gain. So this is the disadvantages associated with the op amp. Okay. So hence, and another important thing you should remember that let's say एक मैं पहले क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ आपको. So suppose this is the given op amp, power supply given to it is plus VCC, or it is also called as plus VSAT. We will see what is VSAT. Okay, so plus VCC is given as 12 volt and minus VCC is given as minus 12 volt. Let's say two inputs are there and one output. Suppose the gain of this particular amplifier is nothing but 1 lakh. Okay, open loop gain is very high. So let's say this is its open loop gain. It is the gain of op amp. Now let's say that inverting input is given to the 1 volt. What is the value at the inverting in terminal is 1 volt is applied to the inverting terminal, and let's say 2 volt is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Then can anyone tell me what will be the output of this particular op amp? Just apply the definition that op amp is nothing but a differential amplifier. That means it will amplify neither inverting input nor non-inverting input, but the difference between two input, and by how much factor it will amplify, that will be given by the gain. तो आपका फॉर्मूला क्या है आउटपुट का? द आउटपुट इज नथिंग बट गेन multiplied by differential input voltage. So now just apply and tell me the answer. I have provided you the values.
गेन सर गेन किती आहे?
Gain is your 1 lakh. Here it is I have mentioned. So what should be the output?
-1 lakh.
Okay, so you have taken, so generally what happens, we take V1, this particular voltage at non-inverting terminal is taken as V1, and voltage at inverting terminal is taken as V2. So V1 minus V2 will be equals to 2 minus 1, that is 1, and multiplied by gain, that is 1 lakh. So आपका answer was right, there was no problem. But just remember that generally the voltage applied at non-inverting input is taken as V1. So V1 minus V2, like this will happen. So in this case, as per your calculation, what your output getting as 1 lakh. So that means 10 to the power 5 volt. Okay, as per our understanding until this point. But always remember, this is the value you are getting from the solving that particular expression, and this will be practically not possible, because it is not possible to generate this huge amount of voltage. 1 lakh voltage is very large. Okay, so always remember, your circuit is not a generator, it is an amplifier. So it will require power. In order to generate so much high, it will require much higher power. So for the sake of simplicity, always remember, आपका maximum output of your amplifier, the maximum output of your amplifier will be always get limited up to this particular point. Means आपका maximum output ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा VCC के वैल्यू तक ही जा सकता है, right? Because what is the role of VCC is V here, this is VCC and this is VEE. तो इनका रोल क्या है यहाँ पे कि दे प्रोवाइड यू द पावर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द एम्पलीफिकेशन. So maximum value of output will be either 12 volt or minus 12 volt. Suppose the difference is positive and your output is exceeding about 12 volt, then your output will be equals to, by the calculation, suppose it is exceeding. Now in this case our output was plus 10 to the power 5 volt. तो आपका आउटपुट इतना आएगा क्या? नहीं. So maximum output will be plus 12 only. So always remember that. Let's say suppose another example मैंने लिया. Now I am making my inverting input as 4 volt. Okay, so now tell me what will be the output by calculation. पहले calculation के हिसाब से देखते. So calculation is nothing but V out is, what is the formula for op amp output? Gain multiplied by difference between input voltages, that is input differential voltage. So what is the difference? 2 minus 4.
-2.
Minus 2 is the difference.
तो
Multiplied by 1 lakh, है ना, कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से अगर आप गए तो that means minus 2 lakh will be your output, but practically it is not possible. So since the difference is negative, तो maximum value क्या आएगी output की? It will be minus 12 volt. इसके अबव आपके आउटपुट की वैल्यू जाएगी नहीं, और अगर जा रही होंगी तो यू हैव टू लिमिट दैट. That means the value of your output is getting saturated at this particular voltage. So hence this is called as plus Vsat, सैचुरेशन से सैट लिया है इनिशियल, and this is minus Vsat. So the output of your voltage, output of your op amp will always fall between this range, that is between plus Vsat and minus Vsat. Okay, I hope this particular concept is clear to you. तो आपने देखा कि देर इज नो प्रैक्टिकल यूज ऑफ दिस हाई गेन, राइट? तो प्रैक्टिकल यूज तो हो ही नहीं रहा, क्योंकि 1 लाख भी गेन है तो भी आउटपुट तो आपका ये वी सैट ही कंट्रोल कर रहा है ना, मैक्सिमम आउटपुट। तो देर इज नो यूज ऑफ दिस हाई गेन, और ये तो हो ही रहा है। इन एडिशन टू दैट, इट इज ऑल्सो मेकिंग यू योर सर्किट अनस्टेबल and it is hard to control. So due to these many problems, what we have done, we have given one feedback to this particular circuit. A feedback is used. Generally this feedback is given in the form of resistor. Okay. So now I will just read this point, that as open loop DC gain of operational amplifier is extremely high, so we can therefore afford to lose some of its high gain by connecting a suitable resistor from the output terminal back to the inverting input terminal. Due to providing this feedback, what will happen? It will reduce the overall gain. Okay, so overall gain will be reduced. Earlier it was 1000, अभी ये बहुत कम होगा gain. Okay, and next is your system, your circuit will be, your op amp will be controllable, है ना? जैसे जब स्पीड कम हो गई तो उतनी ही आपकी बाइसिकल कंट्रोलेबल होती है। मैक्सिमम ज़्यादा स्पीड से चलाओगे गाड़ी तो इट विल नॉट बी कंट्रोलेबल। So always keep this in mind. So this then produces an effect is known as negative feedback. So it is called as negative feedback. Now the word feedback is nothing but, from where this word feedback is come, it means that some portion of output is fed back to the input. Some portion of output is fed back to the input. So it is called as feedback, है ना? मतलब आउटपुट से कुछ आप इनपुट को दे रहे हैं, कुछ पोर्शन, दैट इज योर फीडबैक। एंड व्हाई इट इज नेगेटिव? बिकॉज इफ यू ऑब्जर्व दैट वी in next few circuits we will see the application of negative feedback amplifier. Then this particular negative feedback, how will you identify that this is a negative feedback? That when your output, okay, when there is a connection between output and negative terminal of your negative input terminal, that is inverting input. When there is a connection between output terminal and inverting input terminal, then we will call it as negative feedback. तो पॉजिटिव कब बोलोगे फिर? when there is a connection between output and positive terminal, that is non-inverting input terminal. Okay, so whenever we are using amplifier, we use it in the negative feedback arrangement. We don't use amplifier, you cannot use amplifier as a positive feedback, so remember that. Okay, and generally one resistor, the network of resistor can be designed, or network of resistor can be added like this whenever you are giving negative feedback. Okay? So we will see what is negative feedback and the application of negative feedback amplifier also. So what is the takeaway of from this slide is that the gain of open loop gain, when there is no feedback, that means open loop. Okay, so open loop gain of op amp was very high. Okay, and due to that, what happened, that your op amp becomes unstable, as well as it becomes very hard to control. And also you understood that practically your output of op amp will be saturated at either plus Vsat or minus Vsat. So there will be no point, there will be no advantage, there will be no point, there will be no use of this particular high gain. ओके, इतना हाई गेन होके भी आपको आउटपुट में तो प्लस वी सैट और माइनस वी सैट ही मैक्सिमम मिलने वाला. So practically there is no use of this high gain. In addition to that, it is also becoming hard to control. Okay, so that's why we go for the feedback. But what happens in the feedback? When you give the feedback, feedback is nothing but the connection is given between output and input. Some portion of output is given back to the input. So in the process of feedback, what will happen with the gain? So gain will reduce. Okay, the gain will reduce, but your op amp will become very stable. So these are the takeaway points of this particular slide. All right.
सर
हाँ.
सर डिफरन्स काढायचा असेल व्होल्टेज मधला तर ग्रेटर व्हॅल्यू घ्यायची का V1 ची? म्हणजे जी ग्रेटर असणार ती V1 कन्सिडर करायची का?
नहीं नहीं. You have to consider the voltage at non-inverting terminal, right? Voltage at non-inverting terminal is taken as V1. Okay, and voltage at inverting terminal is taken as V2.
येस सर.
Hmm. So now we will proceed our discussion. Now there are many applications of op-amp. So as far as our syllabus is concerned, there are total, I think, 4 to 5 applications of op-amp are there, or 5 to 6, I guess. So these applications can be categorized as linear applications and non-linear applications. Okay, so there are two types. This is just for the sake of your information. You should be aware of this particular slide. So the op-amp applications are of two types: linear applications and non-linear applications. A circuit is said to be linear if there exists a linear relationship between its input and output. Okay. Similarly, a circuit is said to be non-linear if there exists a non-linear relationship between input and output. Very simple point. Suppose there is a linear relationship between your output and input, then you can say that it is a linear application. And if it is non-linear, then so generally amplifiers are nothing but linear applications. Why? Because we have seen that for amplifier circuits, what will happen, that output will be linearly related to the input with the help of gain. So if gain has been increased, the output will also increase. So linear relationship is there. So generally amplifier comes into the category of linear applications. So in linear applications, op-amp works in an amplifier mode. So like in transistor, we have seen in transistor that there were two basic applications of transistors, right? First one was amplifier, transistor as an amplifier, and then second one was transistor as a switch. So op-amp can be used also in both applications. It can be also used in amplifier mode, or it can be also used in switching mode. So if op-amp is working in amplifier mode, that means it is nothing but a linear application. So example of such applications are non-inverting amplifier, inverting amplifier, voltage follower circuit, summing amplifier, and subtractor. All these 5 are included in our syllabus. Okay, so all these are the applications of linear applications of op-amp. Why linear? Because op-amp is working as an amplifier for these applications. Whereas in non-linear applications, op-amp works in a switching mode. मतलब जब आपका ओपैम्प स्विचिंग मोड में काम करेगा, मतलब ऑन ऑफ जब होगा, then that particular applications are called as linear non-linear applications. A couple of examples of non-linear applications are comparator and zero crossing detector. Okay, so you have comparator in your syllabus. There is no mention of zero crossing detector, but we will see that. All right, so these are about the applications of op-amp. This slide has been introduced only for the sake of your understanding. Then we will move towards our first application of op-amp, that is inverting amplifier. It is very important. The question many times has been asked, that a question will they will ask question like this, that derive the expression for the gain of inverting amplifier. Derive the expression for the gain of inverting amplifier. So these many slides what we are discussing right now, 2 to 3 slides will be there. You have to write all the information given on that slide as an answer. Okay, so we will see now what is inverting amplifier. So by the word amplifier you must have got an idea about what is amplifier. The amplifier will be any circuit जिसके इनपुट में आप अगर एक साइन वेव दोगे ऑफ वीक मैग्नीट्यूड, राइट, सो एट द आउटपुट आपको क्या मिलेगा, यू विल गेट द आउटपुट विथ some gain in the amplitude, and the shape of input waveform should remain same, right. Faithful amplification is necessary. It is must condition in any amplifier that the shape should not change. Magnitude will vary, but shape should remain constant. What is this word inverting? So we will see. Once we finish the complete expression for the gain of this inverting amplifier, we will see what do you mean by this word inverting, why they have used inverting. Okay. So we will start our discussion regarding inverting amplifier. So this particular, it is a circuit diagram of your inverting amplifier. Now first point, you should observe this waveform clearly, and you should be able to understand how many components are there, and how components are connected. Okay, so this triangle is nothing but a op amp, right. It is having two terminals. Plus stands for non-inverting, minus stands for inverting terminal. This is your output terminal. Output is taken across this particular. If you observe, this bottom line is nothing but a 0 volt line. This is nothing but your ground. V1 is directly given to the ground, that is non-inverting terminal is grounded directly, and input, this V in is given to the, you can observe here, right, V in is given to the V2, that is inverting terminal, through R in. V in is the input voltage. Input voltage is given to the V2. Okay, so this is again important point, that अगर आपको identify करना है whether your amplifier is inverting or non-inverting, then what is the point of identification here? You have to identify that if the input is given to the non-inverting terminal, then it is called as non-inverting amplifier. If input is given to the inverting terminal, then it is called as inverting amplifier. Now in this particular circuit, you can observe that V in is given to the inverting terminal. So that's why this circuit is called as inverting amplifier, right? Here non-inverting is grounded. All right. So now again, input is given here. So I in nothing but the input current, R in nothing but the input resistance. This point we will discuss after a while. IF is nothing but a current flowing through this RF. And if you observe the RF is nothing but the feedback resistor. Why it is called as feedback? Because you can observe that it is connected between output and input of op amp. Output and input. So hence it is called as feedback resistor. So current flowing through feedback resistor is called as IF. So this is all about the circuit. The difference between V1 and V2 is nothing but a V suffix diff, differential voltage, or you can also call it as VID, differential input voltage. Okay, so now we will start the discussion. That in the inverting amplifier circuit, the operational amplifier is connected with the feedback to produce a closed loop operation. So what happens due to feedback? This there becomes one loop is arised here. Formation of loop is there. When you give the feedback, then there will be the formation of loop, closed loop. So hence feedback amplifiers are also called as closed loop amplifiers. Okay, to produce a closed loop operation. When dealing with operational amplifiers, there are two very important rules to remember about inverting amplifiers. Now these two rules we have seen it actually, but we will again emphasize on these two rules. These two rules are very necessary in order to analyze your circuit, in order to derive the expression for the gain. Okay, you should remember this. First point is no current flows into the input terminal. Now, what is the meaning of that? That means that no current is flowing to the input terminal. मतलब आपके ओपैम्प के लिए इनपुट टर्मिनल कौन से है? दिस इज इन्वर्टिंग, दिस इज नॉन इन्वर्टिंग. सो इसके अंदर कोई भी करंट नहीं जाने वाला. नो करंट विल बी देयर. Okay, in while discussing the op-amp parameters, you might have remembered that we have seen the input bias currents, right? So in that particular discussion, we have seen that input bias current was nothing but this currents only, current going through the, we have considered IB1 and IB2, right? And we have also seen the what was the value of input bias current? It was in nanoampere. You can just check by going into the op-amp parameter discussion. So the value of current is nanoampere. So nano is nothing but a 10 to the power minus 9. So you can observe that it is very small amount of current. So ideally the value should be 0. So first point, you should remember that there no current will flow into the input terminal. No current will flow into the input terminal. Okay, that means there will be no current flow, neither through this terminal, neither here. So this is regarding first point. Now second point is V1 always equals to V2. That means voltage at non-inverting terminal will be always equals to voltage at inverting terminal. And how can we say that? We are saying that by the concept of virtual ground. Just now we have discussed, है ना. वर्चुअल ग्राउंड का कंसेप्ट क्या बताता है आपको कि दोनों टर्मिनल के जो वोल्टेज होंगे दैट विल बी ऑलवेज आइडेंटिकल. If you give the ground to this particular terminal, then this one will also become ground. If you give 1 volt to this terminal, then this one will also act as a 1 volt. Okay, so these 2 points are very important and you should remember it, and you should also mention it very clearly, because from these 2 points the evaluator will get to know that you know the basics. Again, same points will be repeated while in the discussion of non-inverting amplifier as well. Okay, so first point is no current will flow into the input terminal. So here you can observe, right? Suppose I in current is flowing like this at this particular node. Let's say X is the node name given to this node, that is node X. So at this node, ideally this current, this I in current should get divided into two components, right? First component nothing but the IF, and second component is should flow like this. But what we have said, we have said that there is no current component will flow. So that means total I in will flow from the feedback resistor. Very important point. Okay, अगर आपका आई इन अगर इस पॉइंट पे जाता तो what will happen in general, it might have got divided into two components. One component might have gone in this direction and another component will flow from the feedback resistor. But what we have said that there will be no component like this. So since there is no flow of current, so what it means? It means that complete I in, complete input current is flowing from this particular resistor. So can I say that this I in is nothing but equal to IF? है ना, since there is no current component, यहाँ पे कोई जा ही नहीं रहा current, that means I in is nothing but equals to IF. So this point you should remember, है ना, that means this I in is nothing but the IF. Now second point, this information I in is equals to IF, this information we are getting by applying point number 1. Which information we are getting by applying point number 2? Anyone? Okay, so by applying point number 2, what point number 2 tells that V1 always equals to V2. Now this is V1, this is V2. V2 is nothing but a voltage at this particular point, right? So we have seen, we know that V1 is directly given to the ground. That means what will be the value of V1? 0 volt. So if your V1 is equals to 0 volt, then what will be the value of V2? Anyone can answer? See, point number, what point number tells you that, point number 2 tells you that V1 is nothing but V2. Here in this circuit, you can find out that V1 is grounded. That means V1 is equals to 0 volt. So V2 भी क्या होगा? V2 will be also equal to 0,
Zero.
right? So this particular point, it is virtually acting like a ground. It is not physically connected to ground. Remember, it is, see, this terminal is physically connected to ground, but this point is not physically connected to the ground, but its value is appearing like, it is appearing like virtual ground. So that's, this is the concept of virtual ground. So that means what, by applying point number 2, what will be the voltage at this value? V2 will be equal to 0 volt. So suppose X is name given to this node, right? This is one point only. So Vx, that is voltage at X, will be equal to 0 volt. You can also say that V2 is also equals to 0 volt. So this point is acting like a ground, even though it is not connected to ground. That's why it is called as virtual ground. Okay. So now we will proceed. Okay, we got one query that if I in equals to IF, then what is the value of I out? So I out, we are not actually doing any calculation in terms of I out. Okay, what was our motto? What was our objective? Our objective is to identify the gain of your inverting amplifier. So in order to calculate the gain, we will find out the gain expression in terms of V out and V in. Okay, so we are not interested in I out, we are interested in V out. So don't go into this particular confusion. Okay, so I'll make sure that in next slide it will be removed. It will only add your confusion. So for now, just remember like this, that I in is the current flowing from input resistance, and total I in is going to flow from RF also. Okay, we are not bothered about I out in this case. Okay, now we have applied the two rules. So by using these two rules, we can derive the equation for calculating the closed loop gain of the inverting amplifier. So these are the steps you need to follow in order to get the derivation part done. So we will find out. Now we understood that I in is nothing but equals to IF. But what is I in? So if you observe this circuit carefully, right? So I in is nothing but a current flowing through this particular branch, right? So I can say that I in is nothing but V in V in minus Vx. Vx is nothing but the voltage at this particular point. V in minus Vx divided by R in. This is nothing but the value of R in. Or in other language, just you can apply KVL here. But now how will you apply KVL? KVL अप्लाई करने के लिए आपको लूप चाहिए पहले तो, right? So here it is ground. Ground is given. You can observe here this following line is ground. So suppose you are applying KVL in this direction, but this point, at this point we also know that this is nothing but also ground, virtually ground. So your loop will be from this ground to this ground, है ना, अगर KVL लगाना हो तो. So again you have to give the polarity and collect the terms and write the equation in terms of I in, right? So इतना करने से बेहतर है कि you should remember like this. One sec. I will just try to explain by drawing this particular thing here. Suppose there is one resistor connected between two voltages. This is V1, voltage at this point, and voltage at this point is V2. The value of this resistor is, let's say, R, and current flowing through is I. Okay, suppose ऐसी condition given है. Now if you want to find out the value of current I, then how will you find out? You will first see what is the direction of current, and in that direction you will follow the procedure. So now current is flowing. We know that current always flows from positive potential to negative potential, right? That means we have to subtract V2 from V1. So in order to find out the I in this case, what will be the formula? Formula will be V1 minus V2 divided by R. This will be the value of I. Okay. So similarly, you can see here that I is flowing from V in and Vx through R in, or the direction of I in is from positive potential V into negative potential as compared to V in. You know, Vx is nothing but negative potential as compared to V in. तो मैंने यहाँ पे ऐसे लिखा है V in minus Vx divided by R in the same way. Okay, remember this. Otherwise, you can apply KVL also here, but this will be the best. Suppose the resistor is given, current is also given, two different voltages are there, then you can apply this formula. Okay, so now we got the expression for I in. I in is nothing but V in minus Vx divided by R in. Similarly, we can find out the expression for feedback current also. If you observe what is feedback current is nothing but a current flowing through feedback resistor, and this resistor is connected between this point Vx and this point output point. Now you have to observe the direction also. So from the direction you have to first collect this node, it is Vx minus V out divided by Rf. अगर डायरेक्शन सपोज आई एफ की ऐसी होती तो आपका एक्सप्रेशन क्या होता? वी आउट माइनस वी एक्स डिवाइडेड बाय आर एफ, राइट? But we have the direction of IF is like this. Why? Because we know that IF is nothing but the same amount of current I in flowing like this. Okay. So we got these two equations from this circuit. First one is I in is nothing but V in minus Vx divided by R in, and IF is nothing but Vx minus V out divided by RF. But from first point, we have understood that I in is nothing but equals to IF. Input current is equals to feedback current, right? Because no current is flowing into this terminal. So hence we will just write these expressions, right hand side of these expressions, and we will equate them. So I in का जो right hand side था यहाँ पे लिखा आपने, IF का right hand side यहाँ पे. Now here we know that node X is nothing but a virtual ground. This X is nothing but virtual ground. Why this is virtual ground? Because V1 is also grounded, so that's why V2 will also act as a ground itself. Okay, so virtual earth summing point is nothing but earth also stands for ground only. Okay, so since X is virtual ground, what will be the value of Vx? Vx will be equals to 0. Now put this value in these equations. So here Vx will be equal to 0, here also Vx will be equal to 0. So V in minus 0 will be V in only, but 0 minus V out will be minus V out. Okay, so this is also very important. Okay, now just one step is remaining. That's after putting this value of Vx to this expression, you got V in divided by R in equal to minus V out divided by RF. you will get equation like this: V in divided by R in equals to minus V out divided by RF. When you put Vx equal to 0, you will get this equation. But I want equation of gain. I want to derive the expression for gain. I know that gain is nothing but V out divided by V in. So I am rearranging the expression in terms of V out divided by V in. So I have removed this V in. I have sent it to the other side, and hence it will be in the denominator. So V out divided by V in, and RF is sent to the other side, and it will be in the numerator. This minus sign is also given to this side. So now V out divided by V in is equals to minus RF upon R in. But this V out upon V in is nothing but it is voltage gain. It is the symbol for voltage gain. A suffix V. A is nothing but gain, and V stands for voltage gain. So this is the required expression for the voltage gain of your inverting terminal. So you have to follow these many steps in order to get this expression. Okay, that 2 points are very important. Without applying that 2 points, you will not be able to derive the expression. Okay, so this is the closed loop gain of op amp when used in inverting configuration. So when you are using your op amp in inverting configuration, you are getting this closed loop gain. This is the expression of closed loop gain. Now if you observe, there is a minus sign. So what this minus sign, what is the significance of this minus sign? So what this minus sign is telling you that, suppose the input is given like this. Input is a sine wave like this. Okay. So what will be the output? The output will be inverted due to this minus sign. So in place of positive half cycle, you are getting first negative half cycle. Of course, it will be magnified, but it will be negative, and then you will get positive half cycle. So suppose this is your input, then your output will be inverted amplified version of your input. And why this inversion takes place? Due to this negative sign. In place of positive half cycle, you will get negative half cycle, and in terms of negative half cycle, you are getting positive half cycle. So your wave is getting inverted. Output wave is getting inverted as compared to input wave. Okay, so that's why this configuration or this amplifier is called as inverting amplifier. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to you. So negative sign shows the phase shift of 180-degree between output and input voltage. So it is also called as 180-degree phase shift. And I inverted it, so that's why 180-degree phase shift. So this is the total discussion about inverting amplifier. This is very important topic. Okay, and you should be thorough with all the basics. Especially these 2 points are very important. All right. So it is already 1:30, and we will start today's discussion here. We will conclude our discussion. If you are having any problem or difficulty, you can ask me. Okay. Otherwise, we will conclude our session. Thank you.